I've heard a lot of talk about this place called Traverse City. I've heard some people say they want to stay in Traverse City. 'Cause we've got sailing, swimming, boating for you. If there's anything that you want to do, yeah, let's go golfing, skiing, great outdoors too. Traverse City is a place for you. Blue skies forever. I'm living in Traverse City. Nothing could be better than living in Traverse City. So I got to say, I'm gonna smile all day, 'cause here is where I'll stay, in Traverse City. Traverse City, ooh, Traverse City. Traverse City, Traverse City.
Whining and dining.
Traverse City, Traverse City. Wishing and wishing, Traverse City. Cherries and
Its woods and waters were its beginnings, and so it remains today. The Grand Traverse region was so named by French fur traders in the 1600s. To save many hours of paddling around the 18-mile-long bays, they would row their birch bark canoes from the mainland to the tip of Old Mission, then across to what is now the Leelanau Peninsula. While a somewhat risky journey, this natural spectacle inspired these men to name the region La Grande Traverse, or the Grand Trip. The lumber barons discovered the region's huge natural ports and massive growths of virgin timbers around the mid-1800s. For the next half-century, many of them built huge empires in the wholesale cutting and shipping of timber to the growing Chicago and Detroit areas. Because of the lack of controls on cutting, these fortunes were made at the expense of the landscape. Today, second-growth timber is still harvested on a limited basis, and Michigan white pine and cedar are prized in the construction of furniture and homes. The major reason for the area's survival lay in the diversity of its early settlers. At the height of the lumber boom, they came from all areas of the young country, bringing with them a multitude of skills. When lumbering collapsed around the turn of the century, the small town of Traverse City had built a sturdy house of industry and trade, strong enough to survive even as its foundation collapsed. The incredible beauty of the area still had enough appeal to attract large numbers of tourists from Midwestern cities. With the advent of rail and steamship lines, then the automobile, tourism became the area's #1 industry and remains so to this day. The huge lumber baron mansions in Traverse City's downtown neighborhoods are reflections of an age of luxury, and ironically, are part of the tourism trade today. Visitors love to drive by and wonder at the Victorian palaces of another time. The bay has always been the living heart of the Grand Traverse area. In reality, the bay is two bays, just a few miles across and nearly 20 miles long, split down the middle by the historic Old Mission Peninsula. In the early days, it was the major seaway and literally the only way in and out of Traverse City. Today, East and West Grand Traverse Bays are a gigantic playground for boaters, sportsmen, and just about anyone who loves warm and clean water, which is just about everyone. Through intelligent management, much of the spectacular view of Grand Traverse Bay has been preserved for everyone's enjoyment. Access to the sparkling clear waters is walking distance from most anywhere in town. The public beaches occupy a large percentage of shoreline and are famous for their cleanliness and sugar sand. In fact, Clinch Park Beach has been named one of the 10 best beaches in the country by USA Today. But the beach is just a part of the much larger Clinch Park complex that includes a 100-slip marina, a narrow-gauge real steam touring train, and the Clinch Park Zoo, home to many of northern Michigan's native wildlife creatures. Clinch is also a favorite for visitors because of its proximity to Traverse City's charming downtown area. Situated on the same square blocks where it began over a century ago, Traverse City's downtown is a showcase of restored and preserved storefronts. As a hub of regional commerce, the atmosphere is supplemented by an outstanding variety of quality products. In the downtown and Old Town districts, many of the names of the original settlers can still be found on the businesses they started over a century ago. Some are still run by descendants of the original entrepreneurs. Downtown and Grand Traverse Bay complement each other all summer with an endless series of events, such as the Offshore Classic, which pits the fastest boats in the world against each other in an awesome display of power. The many events on Grand Traverse Bay and the surrounding area create a great demand for lodging and dining facilities. The Grand Traverse region lives up to the task. From budget to luxury, the choice of accommodations offered to visitors is outstanding. Here on the Miracle Mile along East Bay, the range runs from rustic to modern camping at the state park, to a cabin right on the beach, to a fully equipped luxury condo or suite. Downtown, the classic Park Place Hotel has welcomed visitors to Traverse for over a century. Just to the north, one of America's premier resort destinations continues to grow. The Grand Traverse Resort is fundamentally a city within itself, with fine restaurants, 3 championship golf courses, a fully equipped health club, and a wide range of shops within the new Tower Gallery. Of course, taking in a summer day in Traverse is bound to work up an appetite. Most visitors agree the most difficult part of a trip to Traverse is deciding where to eat. The Traverse Area Restaurant Association lists nearly 200 members, representing a world of fine food. Whether it's a simple burger on the beach or a gourmet meal, Traverse has an eatery that's bound to satisfy. A prime example of one of the area's finest restaurants is the beautiful Bowers Harbor Inn on Old Mission Peninsula. Built in the former main house of a century-old farmstead, the Bowers Harbor Inn offers a quaint country atmosphere with a menu that is unrivaled in the most expensive restaurants. The Bowers Harbor Inn mirrors the history of the area in decor and legend. It's said the restaurant still plays host to the ghost of a former matriarch of the farm. Perhaps the best thing about a vacation to Grand Traverse is not only the city of Traverse itself, but the fact that it lies in the midst of one of America's fastest growing and spectacularly beautiful areas. The entire northwestern Lower Peninsula of Michigan is a natural playground for sportsmen, hikers, fishermen, naturalists, or anyone who loves the open-air feeling of the country. This region has it all. The Sleeping Bear Dunes National Lakeshore Park is just a few minutes west of Traverse City in Leelanau County. Covering thousands of acres to be forever preserved for the public use, Sleeping Bear includes the 300-foot sheer sand dunes that are constantly shifting and changing their shapes. Much of this land has been allowed to return to its absolutely natural state, including North and South Manitou Islands, just offshore of the mainland. Leelanau County itself is a postcard everywhere you look. Set in its hills and valleys are several small New Englandish villages like Glen Lake, Cedar, Maple City, Leland, Lake Leelanau, and many others. The many resorts, ski areas, golf courses, harbors, and attractions in the area surrounding Traverse City make it a truly regional hub of fun in northern Michigan. Obviously, the waters of Lake Michigan and the Grand Traverse Bays represent the major attraction to the area. Their ever-changing hues of deep blue to light green are simply irresistible on a warm summer day. These waters are home to the world's largest flotilla of privately owned pleasure boats. Power and sail, small craft and large alike find plenty of room to play while navigating the fresh water. More and more, golf is becoming a major drawing card to Grand Traverse and the surrounding area. Professional golfers like Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus have recognized the region as a superior setting for summer golf. Recently, these two legends of golf have designed and put their signatures on two of the top flight courses in the area. Many golfing publications have heralded the northwestern quadrant of Michigan's Lower Peninsula as America's newest and hottest golfing Gold Coast. Until recently, many people missed one entire aspect of the Grand Traverse area by mistakenly assuming it was a summer-only resort. While it's true, Traverse City's rather remote location, compounded by unpredictable winter weather, will keep some folks home when the snow flies, those who make the trip are glad they did. Northern Michigan has made a tremendous commitment to winter sports. Outstanding downhill skiing, cross-country trails by the hundreds of kilometers, snowmobiling, ice fishing, and just plain breathtaking beauty make up a northern Michigan winter. Although not as massive, the slopes in the area are said to be every bit as challenging as many of Colorado's finest. As much fun as winter in Traverse can be, just like any other snow-covered area in the country, spring is a welcome sight. The days grow longer, the skies open up with warm rains, the trees bud, the migratory songbirds return, And most importantly, the cherry trees blossom. The Grand Traverse area is a rarity in Midwestern agriculture, in that its acidic soil, combined with the tempering effect of the lakes and bays, provides a longer growing season, allowing for the production of a variety of fruit products. The largest of these is by far the tart red cherry. Fully 1/5 of the world's tart cherries are grown and harvested right here. The tart red cherry has come to represent the image of Grand Traverse in many ways, from promotional literature to the commonly heard slogan, Cherry Capital of the World. The cherry industry and Traverse City go hand in promoting each other. One of the most obvious ways this partnership manifests itself is during the National Cherry Festival, during the second week of July each year. This week-long party in celebration of the cherry industry is by far the biggest single event of the year in Traverse City. Hundreds of thousands of visitors from all over the world make the trip each year to visit during Cherry Festival. And Traverse City dresses up in its summer finest to welcome them. Throughout the area, the National Cherry Festival presents many family events every day, culminating with the Cherry Royale Parade on the final day of the festival, recognized as one of the nation's largest and finest parades. A Native American legend says that when the Grand Traverse area was created, the Creator smiled. In order to understand the full meaning of that legend, you must experience it for yourself.
Where the night breeze smells so sweet, and the skies are starlight peace, and the moonbeams on the water make you wish that nights like these would never end, would never end. Blue skies forever, I'm living in Traverse City, nothing could be better than living in Traverse City. So I got to say, I'm gonna smile all day, 'cause here is where I'll stay, in Traverse City. Yeah, Traverse City. Traverse City. Yeah, Traverse City. Traverse City.